So this is going to be your sick day movie guide. You know what? I've been sick for like 3 days. There was a time like 3 days ago where I did fall asleep for maybe 20 hours. Not straight, but 20 hours nonetheless. It was a lot. I'm still pretty congested. It's not a great time. I don't know what's going on. I hate getting sick, as I'm sure we all hate getting sick, but me especially. I was traveling, and then the moment I touched down, I got sick. It's just not great. I've been off my rhythm of like filming YouTube videos. I don't like being off my rhythm. I don't like being off of my cadence, my normalcy, my routine, whatever. And so I was thinking about movies that I wish I watched instead of sleeping for 20 hours. And if I were sick, like you're probably sick right now if you came across this video, this is like a solid list of sick day movies. You know what I mean? Also, hi. Oh my god, do this every time. I'm Angie. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. I talk about movies, TV, pop culture, nostalgia mostly. We have fun over here. Grab a seat, grab a tissue. You know what I'm saying? Grab a Kleenex and some Dayquil. Stay a while. I've graciously broken this down into 3 parts, okay? We have you're sick and you need comfort. We have sick and I need a laugh. And we have sick and sad. So those are our 3 categories. In our first category, we're starting off with practical magic. Yes, yes. Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, late 90s, early 2000s vibes. Obviously, fall vibes. What's not to love? You have witches, you have sisterhood, you have forbidden romance, and spoiler alert, they kill a man. You know what I mean? It's got all of the components that you need for like a good, comforting, cozy by the fire, green tea in hand movie. Then we have burlesque. Why? Christina Aguilera? Cher? Wagon Wheel Watusi. That was like such a bad Cher impression. I can do better. I'm sick, mind you, so like, cut me some slack. Do you believe in love after love? That's the best I can do right now. Maybe we'll try it again in a future video. I can feel something inside myself. I really don't think it's strong enough, no. I'm sorry. That song's like not even featured in the movie, but we know why that's a comfort one, okay? You have to watch Burlesque. And if you've never watched Burlesque before, young woman runs away from her hometown to be in a burlesque show. Lo and behold, they find out she can sing. Changes the entire game for everyone involved. Yeah, like you need to watch Burlesque. Next, within the same vein, Coyote Ugly. What's not to like? Okay, bunch of hotties on a bar, just dancing on a bar. And that's like a thing. That's a thing that people continue to do. Local bars. I don't know what to say there. It's a really great movie. It's just one of those movies where like if you enter your early 20s and you haven't seen Coyote Ugly, like it's just you have to. And so why not tick a check in the box while you're sick? You know, get it over with. Next, under this category of sick and need comfort, Erin Brockovich. Number 1, the outfits. Serving look after look. And I love a story of a woman like proving herself in a male dominated field and owning it and please, like, please. Also based on a real story. So that's always inspiring. That's that for sick and need comfort. Next, for sick and need a laugh. Have y'all heard of Leo? It's an Adam Sandler movie. It's an animated Adam Sandler movie. Any of the Adam Sandler movies could go under this list for sick and need a laugh. But specifically this Leo guy. He's like a little iguana or lizard or something. I think he's so lovable and so cute in a very ugly way. You know, when animals are like ugly, but so ugly that they're cute? That's Leo. And Leo is the class pet, and he's basically passed around, ran through by all of these children, and he's bestowing wisdom onto the children. You can't help but be inspired. Then we have the 2024 movie, brand new release, Thelma. Y'all heard of that? A 93-year-old woman gets scammed on the phone. Someone steals $10,000 from her. She says, "No way, Jose. I'm getting that money back." How's she going to do it? How's she going to do it? I don't know. You'll have to watch the movie. It's an action comedy. Action comedy, and the protagonist is a 93-year-old woman. And Thelma is the name of the director's actual 93-year-old grandmother, who I think is like 103 now, by the way. Don't know how she did it. It's so funny. And who knew that we needed a movie like that? I never knew that there was a gap in the market, and yet there was. And I'm so glad that it was filled by Thelma. Next, revisit I Love You, Beth Cooper. Okay? Just revisit it. It's the same vibes as John Tucker Must Die, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Released in 2009, starring Hayden Panettiere. I love Hayden Panettiere. I want her back. I want her back. She could have had the Lindsay Lohan treatment. She could have had the Hilary Duff treatment, and she didn't, and I wish she did. And she's so funny, and she's so sassy, and she's Beth Cooper. Speaking of Hilary Duff, next and lastly in this category of sick and need to laugh, Beauty in a Briefcase. Have you heard of that? I hope not. What can I say about Beauty in a Briefcase? It's not a good movie. It's starring Hilary Duff. Essentially, she's a journalist looking to write a love column for Cosmopolitan. So she gets a job at a finance company. I don't even think the finance company has a name within this movie. It's so bad, but it's also comforting and funny that you kind of have to do it. It's like a worse version of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like a much worse straight to DVD version of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, that it's just kind of worth exploring. And our last category for sick and sad. Ooh, tough place to be. You're isolated, you're under the covers, you probably need to change the sheets from all the germs that you're spreading. It's not a pleasant time when you're down bad and sick in the bed. I get it. I was just there for 20 hours. But if that's the state that you're in, might I suggest Click? Yes, Adam Sandler is on this list twice. I understand. I just think it's like the perfect balance of comforting and comedy, his movies. Anyway, Click is so sad. I'm not here to tell you it's like the deepest movie I've ever watched. Of course not. That being said, for some reason, I cry every single time I watch it. I think I've watched it in my lifetime probably 3 or 4 times, and each time, I know what's going on. I know what's about to happen. I cry when he's in the rain on the ground like that. If for whatever reason you haven't heard of Click, he's like this like exec. He's just like this business guy who finds this universal remote to fast forward through the unpleasantries of life. And lo and behold, it goes on autopilot and it kind of AIs its way into recognizing what he commonly skips. So he just skips through his whole life. I don't know if that's a spoiler. Maybe that is. Maybe I just spoiled the entire movie, but you need to watch it. It's like not even funny. It's not even funny. I think there are funny elements to it, but it's really not a funny movie. It's really heartbreaking. You have to watch it. Next, Ruby Sparks. Whoa. This movie is like very Black Mirror. It's very Twilight Zone, and it's very Her. You know, Her. Basically, a novelist. He's down bad. He is not doing well. And he makes a breakthrough finally in his writing when he writes the character Ruby Sparks. Suddenly, she comes to life. What could possibly go wrong in writing your perfect woman, meeting her in real life, and having a relationship with her? What could possibly go wrong? Perks your ears up a little bit. Next, under Sick and Sad, we have Midnight in Paris. Owen Wilson plays Gil. And Gil is someone who was born in the wrong generation. You know what I mean? Like, he longs for a time before the time he exists. And so what does he do? He somehow travels back in time, meets a girl. Once again, what could possibly go wrong? It's tough. It's tough. Love is a battlefield. And lastly, on our list of 12 movies here, we have Uptown Girls. Now, I feel like Uptown Girls kind of gets lumped in with like all of the 90s nostalgia movies, but this one in particular really strikes a chord, especially as a woman of any age, but in particular, a woman in your 20s. I think that Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning, their chemistry on screen is so evident and it's so powerful. And I wish they had the opportunity to star in every movie ever together because that movie kills me every time. The teacup, when they're whooshing around in the teacup, oh, kills me every time. So anyway, that's my quick list for you. If you're sick, I'm so sorry. You will get better. You will prevail. And these movies will help you through that. Take a NyQuil, take a Sudafed, drink some lemon tea with honey, and get yourself back up. You got this. If you like this video, if you like any of the movies on this list, subscribe. I make 2 videos a week. It's a fun time over here. If you like my vibes, which I think my vibes are pretty good, you know what I mean? Hit the subscribe button. Don't be shy. I love you so much. I'll see you so soon. Bye.